as Joseph Campbell called it, the agent of divine will. That's a good description for what the shaman does. So we're not imposing or we're not altering any of this divine will, this natural way, with our own opinions or preferences. I think of it as like the president has a press secretary, a spokesperson. When the press secretary goes before the press, and the press is asking, well, what's the president feel about this, and what's the president's stand on this? And the spokesperson, the agent of the president, he's saying, well, the president believes this, and here's how the president feels, and the president is going to do this and that. He is strictly a conduit for the president, the spokesperson. It's the same as us. If the spokesperson starts interspersing his own opinions with the president's, he's terminated. His job isn't, we don't care what his opinions are. He's there strictly to be a conduit for the president, the source. If a police officer's out there, his job is to be a conduit of the law. He'll be terminated if he starts imposing street justice, his own opinion of what the law should be. He's there strictly to be an agent of the law. So that's the same with us as the shamans. A conduit, a pure channel. Jesus said, I do nothing on my own, but I speak only what the Father taught me, and I do what pleases him. So what we speak is the words that are channeled through us from the source. What we do are what this heart and gut itch, this inner guide we have, this horse that we're riding with the loose reins, we're doing what that horse is channeling through us, what that source, that cosmic law, that cosmic way. So we're a pure channel, a pure conduit. And I do what pleases him. I do what pleases the source. We've been speaking all along. All we care about is pleasing the source. We don't care about pleasing the community. By following that, Jesus and other shamans, other prophets, have gotten in trouble with the authorities from time to time. But they stay true to the source. Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane, as he was facing crucifixion the next day. And he says, if I can get out of this, please let me out of this. I would like to not have to go through all that agony I know is awaiting me. But at the end he says, your will be done, not my will. Your will be done. Right to the end, he was an agent, a conduit of divine will, of the will of the source. And at the Last Supper, he says, he gives his last teaching. And at the end of this, he says, well, I have now told you all the Father sent me here to tell you. As a catalyst, he had sown all the seeds that the Father had given him to sow, that the source had given him to sow. So this is how he could say the next day on the cross, it is accomplished. His mission was done. He had channeled all that the Father had ordained him to do. He was done. And from there, he was trusting that those seeds that he had sown would take root and blossom.